Hi, Tenappan.
Hi, sir.
How are you?
Fine, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good too. Thank you so much for asking. Okay, I believe you have got some questions for me. So,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
you can start. You can start with your questions.
What are models?
What are models? Okay, for me to answer that, I'll ask you a few questions. And if you answer that, you will be automatically using some models in that. Okay, model auxiliaries.
Okay, sir.
Mm, yeah, could you tell me how a teacher should be?
He want to teach good. Um,
Mhm.
how children can understand. He want to come to learn that.
Mhm.
Uh, and then he should not. She should not be. Uh,
Mhm.
she
Yeah, go
want to
ahead.
careful. She want to careful to take the class.
Mhm.
Mm, that's also. He want to take good.
Okay. So, in many places, you said he want to do this, he want to do that, he want to, or this is how he should be.
He should do.
Yeah, he should. So if you want to change this sentence, for example, um, so you said something like he want to careful, right? So how will you correct this sentence? Now you have to rephrase this with should. How will you do that?
He should carefully take the
Very
class.
good. Very good. He should carefully. You don't take a class, he should carefully teach the class.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now you make one or two other sentences. What else he should do?
Uh, uh,
You can give the same examples that you gave a few minutes before.
uh, he he should take good
Okay. He should he should take good or teach well. What are you?
teach well. He should
Okay.
teach
You should.
well.
Okay. Okay. So so he should do this. He should do that. So here in these two sentences, you have used one model auxiliary. Do you know what is that?
More love. Should
Very good. So should is one of the model auxiliaries. So can you think of any other way to make this sentence instead of should? What else you can say? Should is a suggestion.
uh, uh, will shall
Okay. So here you cannot. He shall teach well. When you are saying it as a very important requirement, you do not say he will. Right. When you say he will, it means he would do it only in the future. So instead of that, what word can you use? Instead of should, what
and
word can?
and
And are you
could
sure
could
he could teach well? See here, when you say he could teach well, you're saying that there is a possibility that he could teach well, right? So there's a possibility he is capable of teaching well, but there is another word that you can use when you say that it is very important. There is no other choice. He has to teach well. Then what can
yes.
you say?
Uh, that will be
Okay, the word starts with M.
must. He must.
Beautiful. He must teach well. Okay. So that's also a model auxiliary. He must teach well. He could teach well. Yeah. So some model auxiliaries, this word could can be used for making requests as well. Right. Model auxiliaries are often used for making requests. So for example, please give me the book. So here there is no modal auxiliary. But
Yes.
can you make this sentence in using the word could? How would you make this request using the word could?
You could give me the book.
You could give me the book. Is that a request or a statement? How will you make it a request?
Uh, you can give to me.
You can give the book. You could give the book. Both these sentences are, they're not requests. You're not asking. So you could give me the book is already a statement. You have already decided. You could give that, right? But here you want to ask. Then what? How will you change it? How will you make it into a request or a
Could you
question?
give me the book?
Very good. Could you give me the book?
Book.
Okay. So here again, could is a modal auxiliary. Okay. Fine. So if you want to ask another question, the same place you can replace could with another word. What is that word?
Should you give me the book?
Should you becomes more mandatory, but if you wanted to make it a little more polite, then you can say, would you give me the book? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Would you give me the book? Could you give me the book is more polite, certainly. So would you give me the book is just a question. Yeah. So would you give me the book? You give me the book. Okay. Could you give me the book? This also sounds like a question, but most of the time we do not use a question mark after this. Could you give me the book? Because it's a request and not really a question sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so these are some of the modal auxiliaries. Should, must. So to say that this has to be done. To advise, we use should. To say something must be done, like something is mandatory, compulsory, then we say
Ask
must.
like question you are telling us. Ask like question.
Yeah, if you have to ask like a question or if you have to make a request, we can use could and could. Yeah. So these are some of the modal auxiliaries. Hmm, okay, well, what is your next question?
Uh, how do you identify models?
How do you identify models? So I do not have a straight answer to that, but these are some examples of modal verbs. Okay, when you want to give advice,
You
when you want to
can
say.
we can identify this.
So, do you have any ideas how to identify them?
No.
No.
When we are
Oh,
talking could must it came in models.
yeah, correct. So when you use these things to give advice or to make questions or making requests, then they are models. Yeah. Okay. Very well. Yeah. Next question.
Sir, when will you use the models?
When do we use models? So see, there are different purposes, right? So if you take this place, it is used for giving advice. You should be like this. You should be like that. Yeah. So you should not do this. You should not do that. There, it's an advice, right? So it is an advice, and sometimes um, it is something
Question.
mandatory. Yeah, mandatory is compulsory. Yeah, and yeah, here it can be a question or a request. Yeah. So he should do. So this can also be expectations, right? He should be like that. He should be like this. So you can call it an expectation as well sometimes. Yeah. So something that's
Okay, sir.
mandatory or compulsory, then also when you talk about rules, right? When you talk about rules, you use must and should. So
Yes.
these are the places where we use the modal auxiliaries. Okay.
So our next question is what is adjective?
What is adjective? So okay, then upon What is an adjective? What do you think is an adjective, Denapan?
Object.
Objects. Object is not an adjective. But then adjective is very closely related to objects most of the time, not always, because adjectives can be used for people also. So, can you talk? Can you tell me the names of 5 things that are in your room?
Table.
Table,
Bed.
bed, okay,
Uh, Chair.
chair, okay,
Uh, Laptop.
laptop, then
Uh, Hanger.
hanger. Okay, fine. So table. So can you add one word before the table? We
Uh,
have a dash table. What word can you use to describe the table? So is it big, small, strong, sturdy?
Table is
Anything?
very big.
Okay. So it is a big table. Okay. Then how's the bed?
Then
What word can you use
uh,
for bed to describe bed?
bed is too small.
Uh-huh. A small bed. Okay. What word can you use here for chair?
Uh,
Think of something other than big and small.
Chair is so designed.
Uh, okay. So you can say can you say it is a well-designed chair? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
A well-designed. Okay. We don't often use it for chair, but still. Okay. Hmm. We can use it. Okay. Then
Laptop is too small.
laptop is too small. But any other word for laptop?
Uh, Laptop could be too weight.
So can I say a weight laptop? What word can I use here instead of weight laptop? What is a better word to use? If
Uh,
s- if something is has high weight, what should I say? It's a
uh,
it starts with H.
uh, High.
No, heavy. Heavy
Heavy.
laptop. Heavy. Okay, the weight is high, so I can say a heavy laptop. Okay, then what kind of hanger? What word can you use for hanger?
Uh, Anger is anger. The anger is too bad.
Okay, so a bad hanger. Okay, a bad hanger or a loose hanger, whatever it is. So all these words that you have used to describe the objects. So you just used big to describe the table, small to describe the bed, well designed to describe the chair, heavy to describe the laptop, bad to describe the hanger. So all these are called, what are they called?
Adjective.
Yeah, all these are adjectives. Yeah. So they describe nouns. So not only things. When I say nouns, here we have spoken only about things, but it can also describe people, right? So I can say
Yes, sir.
Tenappan is a dash boy. What word can we use here?
Uh, Tenappan is a smart boy.
It's a smart boy. Yeah, smart boy. Tenappan is a smart boy. So which word is the adjective here?
Smart.
Of course, smart is the adjective here. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Smart is the adjective here. Yeah. Very well. So these are adjectives. So you can use them to describe things, people, even places, right? So
Yes, sir.
Tenappan Karaikal is a dash place. What word can you use?
Oracle is a Tenappan place.
No, you can't.
It's
That
like
that
that's a.
that wouldn't be a descriptive adjective. So what word can you
Then
use?
Oracle is a beautiful place.
Very nice. It's a beautiful place. So you can also use adjectives to describe places. Places, objects, painting, performance, art forms. So when you describe any of these, then it is an adjective. Well, now you can go for your next question.
Uh, so what is the formation of adjective? Mm,
What is it?
Formation of adjective. What is formation of adjective?
Formation of adjective. I'm not sure I understand the question correctly. But if you're asking about different forms of adjectives, so different forms of adjectives in some schools, they also teach it as degrees of, I mean, it's not, it's also possibly you are referring to degrees of comparison. Yeah, degrees
Okay.
of comparison. So, so that is different forms of adjectives. When I say Tenappan is a smart boy, I am saying that there are many smart boys, and Tenappan is one of them, right? So, but now if I want to compare Tenappan with someone else, then I would say Tenappan is smarter than Balaji, right? So here, what am I doing? So I am comparing two people, so I'm using that form smarter. Okay, this is called the comparative form. Now there is one more that I can say. Now let's assume that Tenappan is smarter than anyone else. Then what should I say? Tenappan
Uh,
is
Enappan is Enappan is the smart in world.
so out of everyone, he's the smartest. Okay, so he's smarter than everyone else. So then you should say Tenappan is the smartest boy. Okay, so the smartest. So whenever you have the superlative degree, so this is called the superlative. Smarter is called the comparative. When you add er
Okay.
to the adjectives, they are usually called comparatives, and
Yeah.
and this is called the superlative degree. Okay, superlative is like you are better than anyone else. Yeah?
Yeah.
So there are so many words like this: good, better, the best. Yeah, smart, smarter, the smartest; tall, taller, the tallest; strong, stronger, the strongest. So all of that. Mm, I think I also have one more point to add. It's not always adding er to get the comparative degree, right? Sometimes you have to add the word more or the word most before the adjectives. For example, um, this place is beautiful. Yeah, but when I want to use comparative degree, okay, try to use comparative degree for beautiful and make a sentence. Compare two places.
Um, um,
Yeah.
the beautiful place. This a
Okay.
beautiful
Hmm, hmm.
place is this.
Okay. Tenapan, let's assume I want you to compare these two places. Okay. Karaikal and tell me any other place that you know.
Chennai.
Chennai. Okay. So Karaikal and Chennai. So you're comparing these two places. So now you want to say one place is a little bit more beautiful than the other. So then how will you make the sentence?
Uh, uh, Chennai is a very beautiful place.
Chennai is a very beautiful place. Yeah, that is fine. But if you have to compare it with Karaikal, then how will you make the sentence?
Karaikal and Chennai is
Hmm.
Karaikal is better
Hmm.
by Chennai.
Yeah, Karaikal is better than Chennai. Okay, so here you have used the comparative degree. You can also say Karaikal is, if you want to use the word beautiful itself, then how would you use it?
Karaikal is more beautiful than Chennai.
That's it. Karaikal is more beautiful than Chennai. Now you want to say Karaikal is beautiful than any other place. Then how will you use the superlative degree?
Uh,
More beautiful. Karaikal is the
Karaikal is beautiful than other place.
yeah, you can say that, but without using the word other places, if you have to say, then you can just write is the superlative degree is the most beautiful place. Okay, Karaikal is the most beautiful place. Okay, so this is comparative, and the next one is superlative. Good.
Okay.
Okay, so sometimes it's not always adding er and est to get the comparative and superlative degrees. Sometimes when the word is longer than three syllables, yeah, then most of the time we add more and the most to get comparatives and superlatives.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For me, question has been finished, sir.
Okay, so all your questions, you have asked all your questions. Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very well. So now I have a few questions for you.
Okay,
Just imagine there is a paragraph. Okay,
okay,
there's a
sir.
paragraph about there's a paragraph about me. Okay,
Okay,
so Balaji is a teacher. Balaji teaches English. Balaji loves um, teaching and making videos. So here in this paragraph, we are continuously mentioning the word Balaji again and again, right?
sir.
So
For biology, we can put biology, sir. Afterwards, we can write he teach English.
yeah, he teaches. Okay,
He teaches English.
correct. Very good. So from the next sentence, we can use he.
He.
Yeah. So when I am using something in the place of the noun, right? So that is called a pronoun. Okay, this
Yes,
he is a
yes.
pronoun. So instead of Balaji, if there is a girl's name here, okay. So for example, if someone, let's say, um, Sheila loves teaching. Sheila, uh, yes. quite busy these days. And again, Sheila works at a school. Yeah. So whatsoever. Now, instead of Sheila, what word can you use from the second sentence?
She works at a school.
Exactly. We can use the word she. So she is also a, what is it called? We can call she also as a
Mm,
same thing, pronoun.
pronoun.
Okay. So these are pronouns. Your pronouns are used in the place of another noun. Um, so let's say I'm talking about a laptop. Yeah. My laptop is quite good. It is, see, I have already used it. So my laptop is fast. Uh, so let if it goes on
Sir,
like this
sir,
after the
for me. Sir, my laptop is quite means what, sir? My laptop is
oh
good means
yeah, my laptop is good is is a usual sentence. If you say quite good, it is reasonably good to a very fair extent. It is good. Okay?
yes, sir.
Okay. It isn't. I'm not saying it's very very good, but I'm saying it's quite good. It's very pretty decent. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now in the second sentence, instead of my laptop, what word can we use?
Window. My window is too fast.
No, you are referring to the whole laptop. Then
PC.
okay. Any other
My
word like
PC.
he and she? What can we use here?
Uh,
My PC is also fine, but
then
that's not a pronoun. That's another noun. So what pronoun can you use here?
my laptop is fast.
It. It is fast. Like he and he for Balaji, she for Sheila.
So when we are
It.
talking it, it will not be proper. My it.
Sorry.
So when we are talking to someone, we are telling the like this. We cannot use my it is fast.
We can. So the it refers to my laptop.
Okay, sir.
Okay. It refers to this whole thing, my laptop. Okay, which is the
Okay.
noun. Okay. Fine. So he, she, it, all these are pronouns, but even the words me, okay, her, him, these are also pronouns. Okay. I,
Okay, sir.
you. Okay. So all these are pronouns. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, that's great. So Tenapan, do you have any other questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll
Thank you,
see you
sir.
in another class. Thank you for allowing me to record this session, Tenapan.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye.